Arthur Smith desperately needs to win because his job is on the line at this point. You're going up against an Indianapolis Colts team that right now they're red hot and they're playing for a lot of things as well in their own right. They're trying to hang on to that playoff spot in a wild card. Arthur Smith and this offense, they got to find a way to take care of the football. We don't know who's going to be starting at quarterback in this game. Desmond Ridder threw the game-losing interception against the Carolina Panthers. And then you have Taylor Heinicke, who started a couple of games for Atlanta, but then he ended up leaving some matchup with a concussion. And then Desmond Ridder comes in, and he's pretty much been the starting quarterback since. But if Arthur Smith has to make another quarterback change, whoever starts in this game, they can't turn the football over. When you're going up against this Colts team, they make you pay when you turn the football over because they do a really good job at turning those into points. Atlanta has a really good defense. Their defense is good enough to keep them in any game that they play in. The offense has to find more consistency, and that's going to involve Arthur Smith actually using his best players on offense. Bijan Robinson got shut down last week. We didn't really hear too much out of Drake London and Kyle Pitts. Hell, when Desmond Ridder threw that interception in the red zone, did you not know that Drake London was wide the hell open? We need some consistency out of the offense for Atlanta to pull off this win. Indianapolis, with Gardner Minshew at quarterback, you're going to have opportunities to come away with some turnovers. He throws a lot of YOLO balls. We saw the pass that he threw to Michael Pittman last week that got DeMonte Casey suspended for the rest of the season. Gardner Minshew has a gunslinger mentality. This dude sees somebody, he's going to throw it, he's going to pull the trigger, and he's going to think about it later. The Falcons have a really good chance at being able to gift their offense some extra possessions in this game, which is something that they're going to need. The Colts don't really have a great defense. They're really good when it comes to coming away with takeaways. They forced 3 last week against Pittsburgh. If you can't limit the amount of mistakes that you make on the offense side of the football, if you're the Falcons, you're going to have a chance to pull off this win. Your defense is pretty formidable against the run. They got a really good secondary that has performed well. Indianapolis is a team that's been winning games based on being opportunists. They take advantage when you give them opportunities to get extra possessions. And they also are a team that they don't really beat themselves. They don't really have a lot of costly penalties. They're really well coached. And that's a big reason why they're even in the fucking playoffs anyway. Who would have thought that Indianapolis going into week 16 would be 8-6, tied for first place in the AFC South? Shane Steichen is putting on a coaching clinic right now. Arthur Smith, can't say the same about him. This is a game that Atlanta really needs to win. They're playing at home. Their playoff hopes are on the line. Their hopes for winning this division are on the line. And Arthur Smith, these last 3 games of the season may just determine if he's going to return in 2024. They desperately need a win. Indianapolis, what do they do well? They run the football, and defensively, they do a really good job at finding ways to make your quarterback uncomfortable. They got a really good pass rush, a fantastic defensive line. Atlanta's pass blocking unit when it comes to the O-line hasn't been great. Indianapolis, if you can take away the run game of Atlanta and this becomes a pass-heavy game where Atlanta has to rely on Desmond Ridder or Taylor Heinicke or whoever they throw out there at quarterback in this game, if they have to throw the ball 25 plus 30 times in this matchup, you like your chances of not only coming away with takeaways, but you like your chances of being able to win this game. But if Atlanta gets that run game going and they can have that ball control offense that they want, this game favors them. Indianapolis defensively, outside of takeaways, they're not really good at doing anything else. I'm going with Indy to get the win. I have lost all faith in the Atlanta Falcons. I thought that Arthur Smith was an okay coach. I felt he should have been brought back for another season. But after losing to the damn Carolina Panthers last week, I'm selling all my Atlanta Falcons stock. I'm not picking these boys to win a single game, especially if they decide to throw Desmond Ridder out there. This dude is the definition of a turnover. he is what, like second, number one in the league in turnovers, and you're going up against a team that does a really good job at coming away with them. This isn't a good matchup for the Falcons. Not only are the Colts going to win this game, but they definitely are going to be able to cover. Atlanta is really a 1-point favorite for what? They don't have the coaching advantage. They may be a tad bit better talent-wise than Indianapolis, but you got a head coach who doesn't really know how to utilize the talent on his team. The Colts are locked to win this game. I'll be really surprised if they don't walk away with the win.